And we are back with the Sugar Man himself, Mosley Jr. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Just finishing up camp, making sure everything is where it needs to be for fight. Yeah.
It's looking like it is where it needs to be, man. We see that physique is looking more and more incredible as the days pass. It's insane.
Yeah, man. I've been working hard at it and
Clearly.
bringing it all, getting it all ready for the fight.
Good man.
Shane, before we get into it, obviously we can tell you're working hard. I'm seeing that you ain't got the skin fade. The fade's not there at the moment.
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. So that shows that you're straight into camp and you're serious about it. How is camp going anyway for you?
Oh, camp is going great, man. I'm really prepared. I'm focused. I'm right where I need to be. I've been doing everything I feel like I need to do for this particular fight, and I'm ready to show my skills, show my talent.
Really, we're looking forward to it, man. We're it's only a few days away. What have you got? Obviously, without giving too much away, but what have you got planned in terms of like against your particular opponent, Jason Quigley?
Well, I think that we're in the game of boxing, so you got to do boxing. You know what I mean? And I think that if honestly, like if I'm the best boxer, it doesn't matter how hard you hit or how tough you are or any of those things. If I use my boxing skill and my boxing ability, I can neutralize and stop anything. And so obviously, in a boxing match, a fight breaks out, of course, right? But if you can, neutralize some of those things that he has, some of the attributes he has a great right hand. He comes forward, he does a lot of great things. He wouldn't be in the position he's in if he wasn't a good fighter, So obviously he's a really good fighter, and we just got to neutralize his assets and take those away and show mine,
You guys, last time we spoke as well, we mentioned this bout because it was meant to happen previously. It got cancelled. It's happening now. Do you think it's better for you to be happening at this point than it was before when it was originally scheduled?
Hey, you know what? That's hearsay. You know what I mean? All we got is right now. You know what I mean? All I know is we're fighting right now. And that's all that really matters. What happened before wasn't his fault, wasn't my fault. Circumstances were what they were. And we got to take, the fight for what it is now. And that is, it's a real fight, and it's serious, and we got to do our best with it.
Absolutely.
When we spoke last time, again, it was the beginning of that relationship you have with Bones. How is that sort of grown now that you've had more time together, you've been in a longer camp, and you've got to sort of get to know each other both personally?
Yeah, man. So the relationship with Bones is great. I mean, I felt like I knew Bones, you know what I mean? Like we were like this, like from like the first time we trained together, you know what I mean? It was like we, one of those things where like you're meant to be with somebody, like that type of thing. Of course, with everything, with every relationship, you got to work at it and things like that. And we do our best to, stay in touch. He, obviously he was out there with Samuel Vargas for the Conor Ben fight. So he had to be gone for that. And, obviously he was calling me and all those things to make sure I was good, make sure, everything was going right in training, and those types of things are good. I mean, you learn that even if I can't be there, I will have something in place for you, or at least be there some form or fashion, so that you feel like somebody's always there. And that's a good thing to have, right? That's a good thing to feel as a fighter. Like no matter where he is in the world, he's willing to, still be mindful, still be on task, and still trying to give his best. And that's what I love. I love that aspect about him. He really cares, and he really cares about me and the shows. He told me even before we started training together, I think it was like 2 years before we started training together, I might have told you guys this. He came up to me at a fight and was like, "Hey man, you need to come to Las Vegas and train with me. I'll make you a world champion." You know what I mean? I'll make you a world champion. I was kind of like, yeah, I got a trainer already. You know what I mean? I got a trainer. Yeah. And now I see it's true. I think that will be. He's gonna make me a world champion.
Good, man. That's good, and that's the mentality you need as well going into this, because if you're not going in there with the right mentality, then you're throwing it all away. So yeah, absolutely, man. And you know, it's a few days left. What's the process like now? Are you what's the training? How's it looking for the last few days as you kind of get in there? Is it more mental, or is it still physical?
Oh, right now it's just landing the plane, baby. The flying is done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We landed the plane. Obviously, you know, some bad stuff could happen if you land the plane wrong, if you don't put the wheels out, or you know what I mean? If it don't land, the whole thing could fuck up. But you know, at the end of the day, you know what I mean, it's a pretty easy process. You try to take it so that you land, boom. You know what I mean? And you don't put too much wear and tear on the tires, you don't put too much wear and tear on anything else, and you land it, and you're ready to let everybody off the plane and celebrate.
Good. Absolutely. Shane, just quickly as well, we're a few days away. It's a big card on the zone. How does it feel? I know you've been part of it. I mean, obviously your father's been in huge events, some of the biggest events around, but obviously now it's coming to that point where you're going to start taking main stage soon. How do you feel about the pressure being on you now, and sort of, you know, carrying the torch for yourself and your career now?
You know, I just got to go out there and fight. You know what I mean? Like I don't got to worry about nobody else's opinion, nobody else's pressure, none of that. Like none of that, all that is out the window, man. Look, if you worry about other people's opinions and other people's stuff, you're worrying about the wrong thing. You know what I mean? If I'm going out there worrying about other people's opinion, I got to worry about doing the best that I can do on that night. I got to worry about giving the best Shane Mosley Jr. that I can give, be the best Shane Mosley Jr. that I could be. You know what I mean? Because he's not fighting the fans. You know what I mean? He's fighting me, and I'm not fighting his fans. I'm fighting him. You know what I mean? I'm not fighting anybody else who follows my dad. I'm not fighting any of those people. What I'm fighting for is for me, and I'm fighting for, you know, for my future. You know what I mean? And everything that goes along with that, right? But all that other stuff is hearsay, man. So with all that being said, I got to worry about being the best I could be, being happy, being joyful, and giving my all. And that's it.
Perfect. Sticking in your weight division, a couple of weeks ago, we had a big fight. We had a big fight. We had Leo Saunders meeting a unification. Say you win this bout on the weekend. Is there anything in Canelo that you see? Because everybody wants that fight now. Caleb Plant's talking about being next in line. How far do you see yourself off from being in that sort of picture with these guys at the top of the elite division?
Well, you know, we gotta worry about, like, honestly getting that championship. You know what I mean? And whoever that coat goes through, that's where I gotta get before I even think about, like, mega fights, big fights. You know what I mean? Like, I got to worry about getting myself really into the conversation of that first before I start thinking about too far ahead. Because when you start thinking about too far ahead, you might trip over some steps. You know what I mean? And I don't want to trip over some steps. I want to get past Jason Quigley, get past the next person, if there is a next person, then get to a championship. Or if it's Jason Quigley in a championship, or whatever the case is, right? And then once I get that, and then I have a piece of the puzzle, right? Then I could go, hey, you want my piece? You know what I mean? But right now I'm just hanging on to me. I'm just, you know, I'm Shane Mosley Jr. You know what I mean? Like, if they give me opportunity, cool. But I can't bank on that. I can't be thinking about that. I got to think about, like I said before, I got to think about me. I got to think about being the best me I could be. And then if people start seeing they want a piece of me, then we can start going down that line. But I got to wait keep on building my pieces, because my pieces aren't where they need to be just yet, as far as, you know, accolades.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it sounds like you got that Mamba mentality. It's not just stage. It's not just a t-shirt, innit? Because if you're dealing with every fight as your biggest fight, then you can't look beyond your immediate opponent.
Exactly.
That's how you got to be.
And this is true. Right now, Jason Quigley is the biggest fight of my life. Jason Quigley is the fight of my life. You know what I mean? I've never fought for an NABO belt before. You know what I mean? And yeah, no, it's not a world title shot yet, but this is the highlight of my career right now. I got to take advantage of that. I have to take advantage of that. I got to show people that I'm meant to be here. And then when I get the opportunity for the next spot, wherever that may be, I got to show people that I'm meant to be there. And then I got to keep on building up, but I got to keep on being the best me that I could be and not the best anybody else I could be. I can't be the best Sugar Shane Mosley. I can't be the best Canelo Alvarez. I got to be the best Shane Mosley Jr., the Sugar Man Shane Mosley Jr. So that's what I got to start doing. Well, that's what I got to do and continue to do, and then build that. And if anybody sees me and wants a piece of that, then I can then move forward. But as of right now, work on me.
Before we go, just give us a prediction for Saturday night. What happens on Saturday night?
And the new NABO Middleweight Champion, the Sugar Man, Shane Mosley.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing, man.
It's got a ring to it. It's got a ring to it.
100%, man. Well, you know what? Best of luck with that, man. And hopefully we catch you on the rebound when you get that dub.
You already know, baby.
My man, thank you so much for your time. As always,
we appreciate
all the best, man. We'll catch up soon.
You guys are awesome, man.
My man, peace.
Take care.
Thank you.